Congressman Mike Turner has been working with Miami Valley Delphi salaried retirees for years, trying to restore their pensions, and he joins us this morning to update us on what the next steps are. Good morning, Congressman. Thanks for joining us again this morning.
Thanks for having me.
To give a little bit of people some background, if they're not familiar with this, we're talking now 7 years in the making. What is this exactly?
That's right. Well, when General Motors and Delphi went through their bankruptcy, which is in part funded by the federal government, the administration picked winners and losers, and unfortunately in our community, thousands of Delphi retirees lost both a portion of their benefits, and both their pension benefits and then also their health insurance. We've tried to take a two-pronged approach, supporting them with a congressional investigation on the pension benefits, trying to produce documents, make certain we can get to the bottom of what had occurred so we can get those pensions restored, at the same time providing a tax credit that would offset some of their costs for health insurance.
And we were just talking off camera, it's amazing how it's been 7 years now. What is the progress right now?
You know, obviously this has been very difficult because the retirees have appropriately filed suit to get their pensions back, and we have pushed a congressional investigation at the same time, using both independent counsel investigations and congressional investigations, demanding documents be produced. Today, I have in town Chairman Darrell Issa, who was the chairman of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee. He's led the effort to try to hold the administration accountable by getting document productions that could be used in the litigation. We're going to get an update today from the salaried retirees so that Darrell and I can go back to Congress and continue to push the investigation to support their efforts to get their pensions back.
Can you kind of put this, quantify just the importance of this? Because obviously when you're talking benefits, pensions, and the fact that it's been 7 years, I mean, that could be a really big blow for people.
Absolutely, and it's a double hit. It's a double whammy. I mean, these are individuals who earned all of these benefits. They worked for the company in all of the years that the company was successful, and then some of them lost up to 75% of their pensions at a time when it's difficult for them to re-enter the job market. And then their increased costs as a result of not having health insurance, that had to come out of their pocket. That's why our efforts were to try to get a tax credit that could offset some of those. Unfortunately, we've had to hold the IRS accountable to make certain that the bureaucratic structures in place to get the money back into the hands of those retirees to help offset those insurance costs.
You mentioned you have Representative Issa coming in. What are you trying to accomplish a little bit later today, specifically?
Today we'll be sitting down with them, getting an update on their litigation and also the stonewalling. I mean, the Obama administration, in addition to picking winners and losers and putting them in the situation of taking their pensions away and their health insurance, has been very slow to give the information to the retirees so that they could hold the administration accountable. How did this happen? Why did it happen? Which, of course, is the crux of their lawsuit. We're trying to make certain that, this is as transparent as possible, the documents are in their hands, and that they can get justice.
Where's your level of optimism with this?
I'm very optimistic, and both in having looked at the case initially, the initial reports from the Inspector General who took a look at this. Clearly, I think there was undervaluing of the assets. There was an early termination of the pension plan, which I believe was improper. There was improper influence in the entire process. I think, as we push this forward, we're going to get to the bottom of it and hopefully get their pensions back.
All right, we'll look forward to the progress that's made today. Thank you,
Congressman.
Thank you so much. Thanks for